Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. We're going to go to the Dollar Tree and we're going to see if I can find some things that I really need, and it's on my list. Everyone. So these were things that I had on my needed items list. Now, what in the world would I need? Well, my husband only uses Dove bar soap. Now, at $1.25, it is smaller. As you can see, that used to be the larger bar. That's how they get you every single time. But for $1.25, I got 2 bars, and they're $1.25 each, because that's all he will use. He is very much liking the same thing. He uses the same shampoo and he uses the same soap. I got some Irish spring, and that is to put out in my garden. They say the deer hate the smell of Irish spring. Everything that I'm using so far to keep the deer away hasn't really worked, but we're going to try this. Now, they're not eating anything else right now, so what they will do is they will graze on a little bit of everything, and then they don't like it, and then they move on. So far they're not eating my green beans, but I do have some rabbits. I'm keeping the rabbits in there. I'm not going to try to trap them and relocate them. I love having the rabbits. So we're gonna go ahead and put some Irish Spring out there. Hydrocortisone cream, I needed it. So we have horse flies, and I'm allergic to them. So I got some hydrocortisone cream, that really helps. And the weather has been perfect for horseflies, and they are horribly painful when they bite. So I got some of this. Then I got a magazine. I love their magazines, and this one is the baking one. And I looked and I saw some really cool recipes in here, like banana muffins. And I love these magazines, and I put them into a little binder and I collect them. So we got a whole bunch of different baking ones in this month's. Now, it's a small little magazine, but for $1.25, I thought it'd be neat to have some chocolate zucchini bread and the pumpkin streusel. And I have a lot of pumpkin, so I got that. And now I got the bags. I got the marinade bags, ½ gallon. I needed freezer bags, and these are the quarts, because a lot of my produce is coming in. I do have some of the reusable bags, the silicone ones, but to be honest with you, when you're freezing 10, 15, 20 gallons worth of stuff, those bags get so expensive, and I use these because they're cheap, $1.25, and then I'll just throw them away. So yes, you can go cheaper, you can save more money, but sometimes I do trade a couple dollars in for convenience, because I have a lot of spinach I need to get in the freezer. And the marinade bags I thought would be really neat with marinating my chicken. And then last but not least is not a need, but a want. These are my favorite pretzels, and these are the honey wheat. For $1.25, you can't beat that price, because the name brand ones are so much more expensive. Looks good, don't it? And I hardly ever get to the Dollar Tree, and when I do, I pick up a bag of these. And red pepper flakes. So I did pick up a container of the red pepper flakes. That is a small haul compared to what you're used to seeing on YouTube, but we are living on the Social Security income. And what does that mean? So basically, my basic income right now a month is exactly what I will be earning on Social Security when I reach that age. So I am living on my Social Security income, and I'm going to be living this way forever. The number one question people ask me is, are you just doing this as a challenge, Tessie, and then you're going to go back to living how you did maybe 15 years ago or 20 years ago? Nope, this is life. It's not a challenge. So I don't put on the word challenge so much, because challenge means to people, oh, it's just something you're doing for a while. No, no, no. This is my life, and I choose to live this way. So let's talk a moment about Social Security income. Why am I choosing to live this way? And why don't I get a job outside of the home and make more money? Those are good questions. So I have the answer to every question that you ever could ask, because I have been thinking about this for a very long time. People who work away for a living and work full-time and they love being out in the workforce don't necessarily understand the people who don't like to be out in the workforce and stay at home full-time. I've never worked away from home, and I do work in home now, and this is the life that I always will live. I don't want to work away. So choosing to lower my expenses in living is what I'm willing to pay, and I'm willing to do in order that I could stay home full time and have my husband home. So I am choosing to live a certain way in order to get what I want. And so that's how it is in life. If you like to go on long vacations, you like to have fancy homes or fancy cars, what are you willing to do to pay for that? And you're willing to work full time. And what am I willing to do? I don't want to be out in the workforce. I love being at home. I've always been at home, and I would rather reduce my spending in order to be at home. And so that is the answer to the questions on get a job or why don't you get a job? Well, I do. I have 2 jobs, and I work from home, and I am earning Social Security income. And I will be able to glean that Social Security income. And how about, I'm hoping for, wait another 10 years. I'm hoping when I'm 65. But, you know, of course I could at 62. But I'm hoping I can get that gumption and go ahead to just keep on plowing through another 10 years. Do you think YouTube's gonna be here for 10 years? Boy, I don't know. I sure hope so anyhow. But there you go, everyone. That is why I don't get a job outside of the home, and what I got today at the Dollar Tree. I saved a lot of money on this stuff because this stuff I can't get it any cheaper anywhere else. So what do we do on our spare time, you may ask? We don't go shopping. We stay at home and we work. I'm gonna tilt the camera around in the back just to show you a little bit what's going on around here, because let me tell you what, there's a lot of action that's going on behind the scenes of my channel. And it's a lot of physical work. Get those muscles going. All right, I'm going to answer a question. Somebody asked about the mulching. So yes, we are still mulching, but as you can see, we're making everything smaller. So my husband planted grass on each side of this mulch. Now, some of the birds ate the seed, so we need to fill it in a little bit. But we are still mulching, it's just we made the areas a lot smaller. We have a large property here, and sometimes people don't quite understand that we have a lot going on our property. Our property is very big, but there's a lot of action going on here. So we have a lot of things. So around the trees, he put in some grass. And of course he made this strip here so we don't have near as much mulch, but we still have a lot of mulch. So down here, as you can see, it's filling in. You don't see the roots as much. Like I said, our place is fluid. In other words, every single day our place is changing. Changing a lot. So I'm trying to have the videos that you can see the different changes in our property. But yes, he did plant grass. Originally he thought he wasn't going to mulch this year, but then he said the weeds are just too bad, and this way it keeps the weeds down. So by keeping the weeds down, it does save him a lot of time. Also, another thing people don't understand is other years we paid someone to mulch. So that's why this saved us so much money. Oh my goodness. Earl the squirrel has really been busy. He loves our property and he's looking for the nuts. So we're keeping the rabbits from eating our marigolds. As you can see, we have cayenne pepper and garlic around everything, even our garden, and that is what's working the best at this moment, the garlic. Having the garlic and cayenne pepper is really keeping the deer out of the garden. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys again on the next one. That's a promise. Just remember, I have a video out every single day. I had somebody recently contact me and said they have not seen my videos in over a year. And my question to you is, I've been here every single day for over a year. In fact, I've been here now 8 years, every single day. Please keep that in mind, please. Because it's frustrating and discouraging when people come from a year away and said that they have missed my videos and they didn't know I was filming. Just make sure you click on the notify all and make sure you at least watch 1 or 2 videos of mine a week. That keeps you current, because if you stop watching me even for 1 week, you won't get notified. So just keep current with my videos. Bye everybody.